The lockdown has made me assess my life and not take things for granted.
That I'm the only one that can deal with the situation, nobody else. So you just have to deal with it. At first I didn't deal with it very well.
I think the plus side is that as a country we've learnt to probably respect each other a little bit better and help each other as a nation.
It has been very bad for me. Because I get my papers and I send my ID card in DVRA on April 7th. Until today I haven't got it back, and I was having opportunity to get a job somewhere, then I lost it because of that.
You know, and there's all these new wildflowers coming up, what we've never seen before, because the park has always had the grass cut.
Getting to know neighbours a bit more, clapping on Thursday for the NHS, for all the people that have been involved. That's been a really, really, really positive thing.
But I like staying off school. My cousins have came and I really enjoyed it, and I'm staying at my grandma's house, and when coronavirus is over I would love to see my cousins again.
The personal positives of lockdown for me have been the opportunity to spend some quality time with my son without feeling under pressure all the time. Reconnecting with family members, even though we've not been able to sort of see each other, we have had more contact over the lockdown period than I think we've ever have done.
So positives personally during lockdown, there's no school, but you've still got loads of work to do, so that's good. You can stay in from school, you don't need to go to bed on time, you can wake up late, you can have a lie and whatever. And then I've got loads of time to bake and do stuff that I enjoy doing. And then you feel safer as well at home, because you know that it's almost impossible. Well, it's not really impossible, but it's less likely for you to get ill than if you go out. And globally positive during lockdown is there's less pollution, because there's not that many planes, and you can see marine life, and no one's out, safer, and lots of people are caring more about hygiene. They're washing their hands and carrying hand sanitizer and stuff.
This global pandemic of COVID-19 has had dramatic effects on our lives. When the government forced to lock down the whole of the UK. It's now been 3 months or more. This has had quite dramatic effects on all aspects of life, some good, positive, some not so good.
Getting photographs out, old photographs, looking through our family albums and things like that, which brings happy memories back. The other thing I have seen is different companies, the men bringing food to the people who need help with food. Each week you'd see them bringing it, To me, that's the spirit.
Yeah, my positive is only I get my papers near when during the lockdown I get my papers. That was positive for me.
Personally in lockdown is that I've been able to probably be more productive, explore hobbies, try new things, keep my mind off, just studies all the time.
The positive things for me are, one thing, quite a lot of things, but the first thing is our family being all together, that we've all had that time when nobody's going out, so everybody's all together, we've done loads of stuff, family things together, and we've had that time to do it.
What the positives for me personally in lockdown, I got to work for a charity, and we are able to cook meals for people that are isolated, that are vulnerable, that are alone, and just feeling like you've made a bit of a difference.
It's not good for anybody to be inside without the people, with the company of the right people, to talk to the right people.
Well, it's given me a chance to assess some things for myself. Working on ways to better myself. I've been working on things I've always been interested in, and I've now found it more important to interact with friends and family, making time to speak to them. I seem to speak to them more now than we did before the lockdown, because you feel like as you can't do it, you need to keep the interaction going.
The lockdown for me has absolutely been spending time with my children, real quality time that's allowed me to get to know them better, help them with their education, help me with my education. It's been an absolute two-way learning process. And to just be together as a family and really enjoy each other, because it's invaluable and it's not time that you ever get back, like all time.
We're all being brought together because we're all positive, we're all optimistic, and we all share the sense of hope that we will overcome this.
Spending time with my children, my grown-up children, possibly the realisation that we need to look after each other, we need to be kind to each other. Just a smile or a wave means a lot.
Secondly, it's helped me to really do what is close to my heart, which is helping people. I love helping people, whatever it takes, it doesn't have to be digitally, just in any way I see the opportunity to make somebody feel better.
During quarantine, I have learnt to appreciate the value and privilege of seeing my friends every day, and the structure school gives to our lives.
I love the strength of our community. I love the way that we were able to come together so quickly and so strongly, and especially when this new lifestyle had been introduced to us so abruptly. I've learned to appreciate the small things. I've learned to appreciate my family, my friends, and the fresh air and the outdoors. But I feel privileged to the fact that I can communicate with my friends via telephone and on social media. I feel privileged because my family are all healthy. So although we're missing out on a lot, I do feel extremely privileged and grateful for the things that I do have.
I normally go to the gym. I have a really outgoing life. I'm in and out working, and it all sort of all crumbled. So then after about 3 weeks, I thought, right, you've got to get on top of this. So I started back into my routine, and I think the routine is what got me through it, especially when it was complete lockdown.
Reaching out to people, supporting vulnerable people, that is shielding, forming pods, offering peer support, sending out, homemade masks, checking in on people's food parcels. All of the real community spirit, I think, that I've seen has been really, really overwhelming. And I think it's amazing how some charities have managed to keep going and really make sure that they're connecting with kind of vulnerable people or asylum seekers and refugees. To ensure that people aren't forgotten about. I think there is always that worry that there are people out there that are in this situation very alone and very isolated. And I think going forward, the arts will have quite a crucial role to play in how we heal some of that.
There'll be less deaths of coronavirus, and more people, and less people will be ill because everyone's at home, and hopefully we'll find a cure soon, and people.
And I've done courses. I've what was called capability, service excellence. I've done a course on suicide awareness, not because it was something that you might not ever call on now, but you might have that conversation in 5 years' time with somebody that you might see something, and you think, and you've got to say it, which. That's the only, you're not supposed to not say that word, because I thought that you should not say it, but you're not. You're supposed to say the word suicide to the person to show that they are, that you do take them seriously.
Instead of rushing about, we should take more time to think about things what might do some other people some good, In lockdown, I just thought, we're trapped in here. In a small flat. And then I thought, no, think positive. We can always do things, which obviously...
Maybe things might change. The positive about the cleaning, like the city of Doncaster, now is clean. When you go to French Gates, the place is so clean now. I think that would be the positive thing about coronavirus.
I think the outcome, hopefully when the pandemic is over and the lockdown eases and things are back to normality. I think the one thing that I will probably carry forward is maybe improved health and well-being. We've had a lot of time to think about our health, going for walks, eating homemade food.
Yeah, generally, I think it's brought people closer together.
We feel for each other, even the poor people next door. We've not spoken to them for a long time, but we had the time now that to speak to next door people, ask how they are getting on with life.
So I think that globally, more people are like warm to other people, like their neighbours, and I think that's really, really nice because we're all together in this. I think people will appreciate the NHS more because they have saved many lives, and we should be appreciative of them from the start.
Cleaned up and sort of fish have returned to the canals of Venice, I think is just amazing.
That people become more conscious and more aware of how interconnected we are.
I'm going to try and do, hopefully, a bit more voluntary sort of stuff to try and help people, because I think that's the way forward for everybody.
I think the global positives of the pandemic and the sort of lockdown situation has been the drop in carbon emissions.
More importance have been shown to social issues such as racism, especially in America, and I think that's been translated around the world more than it would have been if it wasn't for lockdown.
With the whole sort of like Black Lives Matters movement and stuff like that, I think it's almost sort of good that it happened during lockdown because you don't have the ability to ignore it and say, oh, I'm too busy. Now we have more time to sit back and educate ourselves on it. We can no longer say, I don't have time for that, I'm too busy, or...
I've been totally inspired by individuals who are absolutely going out there to, deliver food parcels, help people, and, that's gone above and beyond. There's been some incredibly inspirational individuals out there that are working tirelessly for the people of Doncaster and giving their time up to do that, which is, just humbling and amazing.